friends, this is Angela from We Are Family Homeschoolers, and this is my first time making a video in a little over a year. Our family experienced a medical crisis, and I'm going to make a whole nother video on how to keep your family together and continue homeschooling when you do experience crisis. So this video today is going to be for my 6-year-old son, who missed his kindergarten year because of our situation. So this year is going to be a combination of some kindergarten, learning to read, and a little bit of first grade skills. So I will bring these subjects over to the other table and I will explain to you why I chose each one. And while everything is so eclectic, this is my 13th year homeschooling, and this is child number 6. So I will explain to you what we've used and why I'm doing it differently this time. Okay, so the first subject I'm going to show you is math. We are a big Math UC family. All of my kids have started out with Math UC, but for some reason it's getting a little bit boring this time. I think my 6-year-old son he's very much into Legos and math. And he does a whole entire week in one day. So we are going to come back to this because I love it, and we have a huge bucket of blocks that goes with it. But to give him a little bit more of a challenge for where he is right now, we've started with the Good and the Beautiful Math K. Now, my little guy is ambidextrous, and his handwriting is really bad because he keeps switching hands. So far this has been pretty easy for him, but I like that it makes him stop and think, and he has to follow directions. He has to build things for me. There's not too much script, just a little bit of information and then the directions. It's a very beautiful book. I'm not sure if he appreciates that. I know my daughters love that, but so we'll probably move through this for quite some time, and then, we'll see how it goes. If it gets too challenging, we'll hop back over here to the primer with Math UC, and we'll just get them both finished this year. So that's math. I forgot to mention that the Good and the Beautiful Math K comes with this cute little box of manipulatives. It has counting sticks, has these cute little cars with numbers on them, function dice, numbered dice, and 2 little game pawns. And all the games that you're going to play are right in the book, right on the pages. So that's nice, and that just slides back together. I haven't figured out how to do it with one hand yet. The Math UC comes with this bucket of blocks. Well, that's what I stored in. And the kids always love building with these. So no matter which curriculum you go with, they're both pretty hands-on and have lots of manipulatives. They're not too expensive. So, okay, moving on. So for reading, we never got to finish preschool because I had a hard pregnancy, and then the baby was born during my son's kindergarten year, and he was special needs, and that was our medical crisis. So we didn't really get a kindergarten year. So I figured we would start with the Good and the Beautiful kindergarten prep. And so far, my son is not retaining. They want him to know his letter names and letter sounds. And I feel like he can only do one or the other. He knows letter sounds, and asking him to do letter names is really confusing and frustrating for him. So we're still going to try to work through this because I like this curriculum. But I noticed that I've had the reading lesson, and I've used it with a couple other children, that as soon as you put him in front of this book, he's already sounding out cat, sat, and at, because I don't ask him for the letter names. I just ask him for the sounds. So I feel like he will be more successful just using sounds and jumping into reading. So we're going to go with that. And, this book does take you into long vowels. It takes you into special sounds. You know, so you get pretty far with this book. I've never had a child finish it, but who knows? There's always a first time. So we're going to go with the reading lesson. I am still going to try to do some of the kindergarten prep. We're definitely doing Explode the Code. We've already done book A, and this will, you know, working with those phonic sounds and writing skills. Like I said, he is ambidextrous, so his handwriting is super sloppy, and I believe he's left-hand dominant, so I'm going to try to get him to focus on his left hand this year. And my goal is by the end of the year to get him sounding out and writing 3-letter words. I don't really push reading too much. They get it eventually, usually by 1st, 2nd, or 3rd grade. So I have another daughter who has some dyslexia, and by the time she hit 6th or 7th grade, she really took off. So it'll come. For handwriting, we went with A Reason for Handwriting K. He worked in this about 6 months ago, so we're going to pick it back up. It's nice and simple. Has coloring pages. I think it's about $13 maybe on christianbook.com. This was his choice for a handwriting book. A lot of my older kids use these books too. For Bible, I did not get a curriculum for him this year because he has a very short attention span. He's a very bouncy, imaginative 6-year-old. If you give him anything to play with, he's going to tell you a whole story about it. So he can't pay attention if you give him Play-Doh or Legos. So we're going with the Preschooler's Bible, which we actually got in our My Father's World My Father's World preschool curriculum, Voyage of Discovery, that we weren't able to finish. But I like the Bible. It's got nice pictures, the stories are short, and there's always a couple of little questions at the end, just to get them thinking. If we're having a good day, we can get through a couple stories. And if we just get through one, that's okay. When he gets older and his attention span gets longer, then we'll choose a Bible curriculum. Okay, moving on. Okay, science was a really hard choice for me. I searched and I searched, and I have so much curriculum on my shelves, this being my 13th year homeschooling and child number 6. I thought something like Abeka would be beautiful, but I feel like it's very babyish. And I'm going to read for 2 seconds and we're going to be done, and he's going to run off and play and not remember anything. So we might read through this in a couple sittings just because it has nice pictures, but I'm not expecting him to really retain anything from this. Another book I had on the shelf is by Christian Liberty, and this is a 1st grade book, but I was thinking that first of all, it has a lot of activities in it, and with me juggling 7 children, I really don't want them to all have separate activities. That would drive me nuts. I'm not sure that he's ready to understand and pay attention for these lessons. Yeah, so we might not touch this book. Also, these are the review pages at the end of the lessons, and this is 1st grade, and there's no way he's going to be writing in the blanks, and he might not even pay attention enough to be able to answer those questions. So I will show you what I believe is the perfect solution. We went with Christian Light. Yeah, there's 5 light units. You can get them done in a school year 2 days a week, or you can just do it for 1 semester. So the social studies is the same, it's 1st grade. You can do science the 1st semester, you can do social studies the 2nd, or just do each one a couple days a week. So I chose this because it's more information, something a 6-year-old would be interested in. But they're also short lessons, and it's interactive. So I'm not just reading to him. You can see this one is about seeing and feeling. I'm not just reading to him. He's expected to write. He's expected to color. Of course, I will be with him in all this. And then there's little quizzes in here. I feel like this would be good for him because he is very hyper. He's very distractible. And this way, I'm going to be asking him questions. He's going to be answering. I'm going to be reading to him. So I feel like this is going to engage him a little bit more. And I'll show you the contents of the other light units too. So this is light unit 2. Oops, the page turned here. So this one is about growing. Your pets grow, you grow, caring for pets, caring for yourself. So if you need to check the box on health curriculum, there's all you need right there. There's a test in the middle that you pull out. We also have science curriculums like Apologia. That's supposed to be for kindergarten up to 6th grade, but I can't see this little guy paying attention, so I really feel like I need to just sit down with him one-on-one. And I feel like this curriculum will get done and isn't going to take up too much time. So this one's about weather and seasons, plants, gardening, farming, keeping the world beautiful and clean. Sorry about my shadow here. I haven't quite figured out where I should stand to get rid of the shadow. And if handwriting is too hard for him, I will just have him tell me the answers and I'll write it in, or I'll write it down and he can trace over it. I've done that with some of the other kids. Alright, light unit number 4. This one is Earth and Energy. Whoops, I got my thumb in there, sorry. Land, water, and sky. Sun, wind, and water, using energy. This is a Mennonite curriculum, but my kids don't seem to mind. It's nice and peaceful. Okay. And the last one. Okay, so this one you hear and see music. It's actually going to teach you tone and pitch, rhythm and tune, staff and notes. So there's some, I forgot the word. Anyways, there's your music lessons. Okay, you use your body and your mind, you in God's world. Music theory. That's what I meant to say. There's music theory in here. So I thought that was cool. Okay, moving on to social studies. Okay, we're also doing social studies, so this will take the place of our history. And this is Christian Light as well. 1st grade. So the first unit is Family and Feelings. What to do when you're angry, excited, when you do bad things, when kids make fun of you, when you're sad. All about your family, loving each other and working together. There's opportunities to draw in here. Another option is to use Ace Paces, which I have used on a lot of my kids, but I feel like Ace Paces for 1st grade is not much information because it's at the child's reading level, and because my son doesn't read at all, it wasn't a good fit. So I figured this way he's learning, I'm reading to him at a level that he understands, and perhaps when he's older, if I really need him to be independent, we'll do ace paces. And there are, again, quizzes in here that you pull out, or you could leave them in and just flip to them. Okay. Oops, sorry, that one was number 2. This one's number 1. My bad. Okay, this one's all about communication. You and your family, manners, ways to communicate, signs and symbols, body language. He was looking at this one today. He's so excited. He feels like a big boy. He's got his own books. He's not doing baby work anymore. We did try reading eggs for a year with him. We actually still have the subscription for another month. And he does okay on some stuff, but he just doesn't retain it. So he makes a lot of mistakes, and he gets very upset, and he's always asking for help. So I feel like we need to slow down and just start with sounds. Okay, so here we have Columbus, the Pilgrims, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, John McDonald. I don't know who he is. And then there's North America today. So special days, the flag, your neighbors, your church and school friends. People from many places, North America. So I believe Mexico's in here, and Canada's in here, Native Americans. So here's your history. So that'll be nice. My husband is from Colombia, so it's always nice to throw in a little bit of Latin America. Show the kids where the other side of their family comes from. Okay, and Light Unit 4. It's my school and community. Which, you know, we homeschool, but oh well. It'll give them an idea about what other kids go through. Alright, community helpers. I love that. What are rules, laws, being safe. A group of Mennonites actually just opened up a church school about 10 minutes from us. So it's kind of fun to drive by them and be like, hey, I saw those people in my book. If anything ever happens to me, that's probably where I'll have the kids sent. Just because I feel like it would be a safer place if they had to go out and go to school. So doctors, dentists, and I can't turn the page. They have policemen and firefighters and librarian, teachers. Yeah. Okay, and the last one is the world and you. Friends in Mexico and Japan. You and your community. Your neighbors, your community helpers. World around you. So this is cool. I like that there's a lot of pictures of, you know, cross out the kids that are not obeying the rules, or cross out the kids that are not playing fair or not being nice, or circle the kids that are, you know, doing the right thing. Really like that about this curriculum, because kids can tell by the look on the pictures' faces, you know, whether they're being naughty or something. And there's a self-check. Okay, so the very last, so for physical education, we did get a membership to the pool, so we will be swimming. I'll get him some swim lessons this year. And then we're going to do We Sing Around the World for our fine arts. I have to teach all subjects here in the state of Vermont. So this is just, it also came in my Father's World package. So it's children's songs. I don't know if you can see that, but you can Google it. It's on Amazon. It's on Christian Book. It's children's songs from all around the world, all different cultures and countries. So that'll just be something we put in and maybe find it on the map and dance around a little bit. Hey, I just wanted to really quickly add on that I will be studying farming and government with my 10 and 8-year-olds. And so my 6-year-old son will also be, hopefully picking up some information from these studies. I have games and coloring books and audio books and videos and movies, lots of picture books, stamp collections. So, hopefully he'll jump in and learn some of that with us. What we're going to be doing with the whole family is a health and safety unit from The Good and the Beautiful. I show this one to you. I'm not expecting him to, pick up a whole lot, but I do have some workbook pages that he can do, and, hopefully he'll learn enough. And in a few years, I will repeat this study with everybody. And I'll show you everything that comes with it. Let's see if I can find the table of contents here. Okay. All right, so what is safety? Fire safety, water safety, electricity safety, natural disaster safety, God gave me a body, safe at home alone, kitchen safety, technology, media and peer pressure, and gun safety. Okay, and the workbooks look like this. This is for grades 3 to 6. This is for one of my other daughters. I'm going to copy some pages out of here for my son, the ones that pertain to him. Mostly the pictures. Maybe we'll just talk about some things. What to pack in case you need to evacuate. What to say if you have to call 911. Find and seek in the kitchen what is going on that is dangerous here. Gun safety. Yeah, so that's pretty simple. They also have a journal for grades 7 to 8, which my 13-year-old will be using, and then my older teens, they have extension lessons in here. My older teens are not getting a journal. They're just coming along for the lesson and the discussion, and hopefully help me wrangle in the little kids. There are read aloud books. This one is called The Turn Away Game. And this one is about, what if you see indecent pictures? Your friend is showing them to you, or you see them on the internet, and why are they wrong, and you should look away and, go tell your mom or something. So I haven't read this yet, but it looks really sweet. Next one is The Mushroom Walk. This one is about sexual abuse, and that people shouldn't be touching you, and what to do if you're in a dangerous situation and you need help. I like that there are no risque pictures in here. It's more just conversation, between the family members, mom and the kids, and there is another book for older children called Cyber Safety, I believe it is. And so my older teens I'll be reading that with them, not necessarily with the younger kids, but think there's a picture of it here. Right here. Cyber Safety Questions and Answers book. So this one is for, you know, I would say grades 6 and up, 7 and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have a 12th grader, a 9th grader, and an 8th grader that will be reading the cyber safety with me as well. So my 6-year-old will participate in this safety unit, and he will be around when we do all of our farming and government work. So hopefully he will learn from the rest of the family. All right, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.